kira.
Kenapa coba? Wih, lihat. Lah,
Apa tuh?
kenapa?
Apa ya yang double karakter devnya ketinggian? Oh enggak anjir. Zongli. Tapi udah ganti artefak jadi 900 dong
900 rank.
devnya. Sebelumnya
Ya,
Hatoka dev.
mendingan hak. Only dev juga lumayan sih.
Ini apa namanya stats yang di ini loh. Kan HP tuh.
Iya.
Di stats bawahnya tuh dev.
Dev.
Iya, jadi makanya sampai 1K.
Ya udah nggak apa-apa.
Iya udah sih.
Ya udah sih.
Penting itu senang.
Itu disenengin, wow.
Itu kalau gue lihat lagi sebenarnya menarik.
Apanya tuh?
Tapi build-nya dev tidak. Aku tidak senang.
Hidupnya emang dev. Tapi damage-nya menggoda.
Iya sih, masuk akal. Ada yang 2 hit doang loh, langsung mati.
Ya, saking gedenya.
Satu hit juga ada,
Oh ya.
saking gedenya. Tapi sayangnya aku tidaklah C6. Aku hanyalah digacha oleh orang random.
Yang waktu itu digacain orang ya?
Mm.
Dapat lagi.
Itu gua beli Welkin kan. Gua nggak tahu kalau kode shop bisa.
Gak tahu.
Jadi gue beli di Shopee, harus mereka login gitu.
Pantes.
Brace yourself.
Jadi gue lupa buang akses mereka. Gue jadi panik gitu, HP-nya iPhone.
iPhone.
Iya, dia login iPhone terus beli di situ ya kan, anjir. Gue langsung ter iPhone.
Tapi main kan dapat itu.
Gas.
Nah,
Lumayan sih, tapi
nah
iya gara-gara itu gue nggak
lumayan.
dapet ayat. Ya nggak sih.
Nah.
Gara-gara
Kalau itu saya kurang
itu
tahu.
gue guarantee di next.
Itu kekurangan tahu.
Let's go jumping in puddles and see who can
Dan
make the
itulah
biggest
kenapa
splash.
Kiki gue C3.
Hah? C3.
Iya, C3 Kiki gue.
Mau gua aja C4 loh.
Mona gue C1. Kalau Jin mana Jin? Kalau Jin C1 juga. Apalagi tuh yang public lagi.
Yahoo!
Tapi aku butuh Mona C5.
Buat apa?
Ya buff.
Oh iya, C5 buffnya apa?
C5 apa namanya itu? Saya tuh Bennett gue.
Increase the level of
Celi-
mirror reflection down.
Fantastic Voyage.
Fantastic Voyage.
Itu adalah talenta
Don't stand
ulti.
Fantastic Voyage.
too close to me,
Betul
or
banget.
you might get hit by lightning too.
Menurut gua masih C3. Kecewa banget.
C6 katanya agak kurang. Soalnya pyro
Tapi-
damage bonus. Yoi banget gak sih Ngaps?
Think you can get away? Brace yourself.
Ya kakak.
Wow, ya.
Ya.
Let's light it up. Let's play.
Ayo guys, kita domain sini.
Coba. Misi harian nomor 1.
Baiklah.
Take flight.
Penantang seri. Gue tadi dapat achievement aja.
Achievement apa?
Nyelesain spiral habis. Achievement dapat. Bentar, gue lupa.
It
Gua
stopped
ke
raining already?
mana ya tadi?
A shame. I wanted to play some
Anjir,
more.
mana spiral habis Cuk, achievementnya? Oh ini kah?
Hah?
Bukan.
Wouldn't gliding be faster?
Bukan. Di mana itu
Siapa?
anjir?
Buset. Buset banget. Ah, baca.
Time for takeoff.
Apa?
Here we go.
Ya,
Yeah. Yeah. Yahoo!
santai aja wir.
My apologies. Let's light it up.
Depan aku.
Ini dit.
Apa?
Kamuflase aktif. Hilangkan mode menghilang 2 primal construct dengan menggunakan quicken aggravate. Spread
Aggravate.
terus and pulse dalam 3 detik kok.
Waduh.
Nihida banget. Setelah gue selesai spiral habis tadi, gue akhirnya tahu gue butuh Geo.
Jo botak.
Ya itu buat ngelawan. Soalnya kalau gue pakai air, slam air ada.
Selain
Gue
air,
pakai es, pakai Eula. Aduh,
kan api, ada api.
iya api ada, tapi slam api juga ada.
Anjing.
Brace yourself. Shadows of fate.
Capek. Gue pakai itu, gak ada efek lagi tuh itu slam air.
Yahoo!
Kekurangan.
Dan akhirnya gue kalah di situ.
Itu lantai berapa?
Yang mempertahankan lantai 11 kalau nggak salah.
11. Lu belum nyoba habisan 11.
Iya 11. Coba aja tuh. Nanti lu bakal tahu kira-kira.
Kira-kira.
Add Astra.
Kira-kira.
Kira-kira Yoshika.
Sih. Kira-kira.
Iya kan?
Masuk akal cuy.
Masuk akal banget. Primo berapa? Cia.
Denger lagu dulu. This is the best song.
Aja wir. Yang sign event apa? Ini eventnya ngapain? Event yang the execuite night Gmails.
Eksekusi Tenesis.
Iya.
Mana
Event
tuh?
yang ada Ganyu tuh loh.
Oh, itu banyak eventnya itu.
What the hell?
Aduh, Spotify Premium.
Nggak usah premium, yang mod aja.
Waduh. Ini. Coba lihat tuh.
Apa?
Udah kah?
Hmm?
Itu share Sekerinto.
Mana poin? Ya, festival Piper. Anekdot. Datang lonceng di malam yang indah.
Iya, ini lo bakal dapat banyak primo di sini.
Yo yo. Wih, mau.
Iya. Iya, gua udah klaim tadi. Bisa apa? Bisa klaim banyak jenis tuh.
Ini harus nyelesain quest dulu deh.
Iya, emang.
Tien, we're here to chat with you.
Oh? What a
Terus ada dapat
lovely
4 kayak gini.
surprise. Welcome. Oishi.
Nah, yang ini butuh koop.
Biar kucing. Miau.
Ini nih koop. Tapi banyak primonya, coba lihat.
I heard that you've been traveling all over the
20.
place recently. I
Anjing,
would
gak semua
very
loh.
much like to hear your adventures.
Aku juga mau.
Oishi told you
Ini
this.
juga udah
Don't worry.
udah
I'm
easy
quite
kok.
alright.
Apalagi yang seru itu yang ini,
It's
wayang
just the
kertas. Ini seru
years
banget
gradually catching up.
Terus itu ngapain?
daripada yang lain.
As I grow older, I'm starting
Kalau
to
yang ini
climax with many things.
agak kurang
though
sih,
the
tapi
mind is willing.
yang penting
Yang
ini
penting
seru.
primo, yang penting primo.
Especially
Iya.
recently, I've noticed a rather drastic drop in my energy levels. I am still very much in good
Saya sangat
standing.
menikmati.
Well, you see, the Tianshu is a rather unique
Okay.
position among the Liyue Qixing. Historically speaking, the Tianshu rarely appears in public. We stay behind the scenes, planning and giving advice.
Baiklah.
So a public selection process would not be suitable. We also want to keep any prospective Tianshu candidates free from influence by outside forces, so we tend to be as discreet as possible in their assessment and appointment. For these reasons, the incumbent Tianshu typically recommends their candidate of choice, and this is then approved by the other Qixing members.
So in other words, you pick someone, and then Lady Kuching, Lady Ningguang, and the other Qixing appoint them?
Correct. Unfortunately, due to my health, I won't be able to assess every candidate myself. Not to despair, however, because I found someone exceptionally capable to act on my behalf as assessment officer. In fact, I believe you recently became acquainted with her yourself.
Oh? Who is it?
I'm heartbroken. I thought it might take you a little longer than this to forget all about me.
It's Yelan!
Jackpot. Uncle Tian here asked me to assess 3 candidates for him. Fancy joining me? You'll be among the first to get to know the next Tianshu. Might be a good opportunity for you.
What do you think? Makes sense. After all, whoever the next Tianshu is, it doesn't really make any difference to us. Still, Paimon's really curious to see which candidates Uncle Tian picked, so let's go take a look.
All right then. Though, I gotta say, Uncle Tian, you say you're into behind-the-scenes planning? My work's of the covert variety, too. Don't you think I might make a good Tianshu?
Huh? Yelan, you want to be the next Tianshu?
I'm not opposed to the idea, but I suspect Ningguang wouldn't let you go very easily after how long you've been working together. So, how about this? If your investigation reveals that none of the other candidates are qualified for the position, I'll recommend you for the job.
Deal. Well, you guys take your time. Everything's all set for the assessments to go ahead. Meet me on the first floor when you're ready. Until then, have a pleasant conversation. Oh, and no need to pay for your tea. As the new owner of this fine establishment, this runs on the house. You're all set?
Uncle Tian seems really worn down. It's like all his energy's gone.
Yeah, it may sound harsh, but Uncle Tien is past his prime. He's not cut out for this anymore. So he's recommended 3 candidates. Their names are Qinwei, Mingbo, and Zhi. Qinwei is a wealthy entrepreneur. Mingbo works at the Liyue Ministry of Civil Affairs, and Zhi is focused on study and travel. Try to keep all that in mind. Of course, it doesn't really matter if you forget, since we'll be assessing them at Yuehai Pavilion in a short while.
Qianwei, Mingbo, Zhi. Paimon should be able to remember their names, but what does the assessment involve exactly?
Let's leave that until we get to Yuehai Pavilion. All right. Heads in the game, people. The stakes don't get much higher than a change in the Qixing. We can't afford to miss anything, no matter how small.
Got it. We'll keep our eyes wide open.
Right now, I wish I was sitting at the top of a tree, looking out over a meadow, cider in hand. Come on, traveler, let's go! The world is full of lost ballads just waiting to be rediscovered. Right now, I wish I was sitting at the top of a tree, looking out over a meadow, cider in hand. on, traveler. Let's go. The world is full of lost ballads just waiting to be rediscovered.
Halo?
Halo.
Iya. Sama ya?
Iya.
Gitu. What do you have a willing to perform your inspection?
Pak Zhongli.
Pak Zongli. Zongli siapa?
Pak Zhongli anjir.
What do you have? You have a willing to perform inspection.
My legs are getting sore. What is wrong with this assessment officer?
Akhirnya
This is a
ketemu
huge
Chong Yun.
occasion, and I've dealt with all
Chong
kinds
Yun?
of people in my time, but
Iya, setelah
that's
sekian
called
lama.
being complacent. If
Makan
you're
bareng
happy
Chong
to
Yun.
just accept the way things are, you'll never be able to change anything in the future.
Oh, come on. That's just... Now you're just... being unreasonable.
All right, you two. Let's not get into a big argument over this. It's not worth it. Qianwei, that was a bit uncalled for. And Mingbo, cut him some slack. We've all been standing around for a while. It's natural to be getting irritable. Look, how about this? There's no rule saying we're obliged to stand up while we wait, so why don't we borrow some chairs from the guild nearby?
Fine.
Pak Zhongli.
They're
Pak
not the
Zongli.
best quality chairs, to
Iya,
be sure,
dipanggilnya Pak
but
Zhongli.
under the circumstances, it would
Siapa?
be better than nothing.
Xianling.
What the hell?
Coba lihat
It
sini.
looks like all 3 candidates have arrived. We'll meet them formally. I've split it into 2 stages. In the first stage, candidates are required to
Pak
submit a
Zhongli.
manifesto for Liyue's development. Writing a manifesto takes time, so I informed them of this requirement in
Nih,
advance.
gimana caranya?
These are the reports they submit.
Wow. One of them is really
It's also worth mentioning a stipulation I gave
Menu
them.
baru. Sih.
Failing the occurrence of some cataclysm, there's still some time. Have a skim through. I'll be waiting off to the side.
Check the candidate.
Ih, ku tahu coy.
Finished, huh? What did you think?
Pada hutang.
everyone took it very
Ih,
Of
ada
course
Xiao
they did.
cuy.
They have the chance to be. And keep in mind, whoever gets in has to.
Oh my god.
We'll see the candidates now. Let's.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Kenapa?
What?
Ada apa
Oh,
muka traveler?
So you two are the assessment officers, are you? I had assumed that. I trust you've read through my...
mind your tongue.
Relax. It wasn't intended as a personal slight against anyone in particular. Cloud Retainer. You know this, Adept. With your sterling reputation, you must have a respectable level of
After asking Qian Wei.
Is it my turn?
Yes. Please
Apa
introduce
tuh
yourself.
Xiaoyi?
I'm, Mingbo. I work in the Ministry of Civil
Berapa hari
Affairs.
yang lalu di
I've
Wangshu
worked there for
side.
9 years, 5 months, and 3 days. In that time, I've handled 2,347 cases. I have 12 active cases at the moment. They should be concluded in 16 days. My current work is related to urban planning, and I'm also.
Is it?
You know what? Let's leave
Si
this
misi Rian, po.
self-introduction.
Oh,
Enggak, ini lagi pas apa ya? Enggak tahu pas apa.
Oh, gak bisa kok
Hello.
berarti.
Iya.
What would you like to know?
Your
Baiklah.
manifesto is very wide in its scope, but you don't seem to be personally involved in many of the specific fields. How can you be sure that you have the ability to put your plan into action?
Cah cilik-cilik ini omongan sing apik ning grup. Wis sesuk tak ndaro gurune kabeh.
Very fair question.
Gue sekalian
I
ngesain
completely
quest juga.
understand where you're coming from.
Gue
But
juga
I'm
ngesain
confident
quest.
in my plan.
Oke.
I visited many different places, talked to
Quest,
lots of people
ano.
with far more expertise than myself, and my manifesto is the conclusion of these efforts.
Quest.
Of course, two different problems can be
Iya,
interconnected
kayak quest-quest
in very
gitulah.
complicated ways, and you might reach two
Apa
very
coba?
contradictory conclusions depending on which one you're focusing on. What I've tried to do is strike a balance. In other words, present an optimal solution to all the problems as a whole.
How do you plan to determine whether you are right or wrong about your
Minyak wijen.
proposed solution being the optimal one?
A great
Apa yang
question.
lucu?
Well, I'd
Indonesia
start by
banget
if it turned
subtitlenya.
out that
Minyak
my
wijen.
judgment was to blame for poor.
Nice answer.
Nice answer. Skinzy.
He seems like a great guy. Everything he said was thoughtful.
Here's my take on what we just learned. As you saw, Mingguo's plan is more thorough and more measured. But he and Qianwei are otherwise polar opposites.
Perfect summary.
Last but not least, Yi. His manifesto is full of pertinent details. The depth he goes into in each and every area means it can only be a product of painstaking work. But what really interests me is that many of his views.
Great.
We'll see.
Jadi Uncle Xiao. Hell no. Gak ada bosan-bosan. You tell Uncle Tian about the assessment process.
I see. Then it's more or less as I anticipated.
All right, then let me ask this. The ideas in Yi's manifesto are
Anjir,
very
udah lama
similar to your
gak
own.
ini
Is there any
Apa?
particular reason behind this?
ngomong sama tauw.
I
Who
didn't
tauw?
want to say anything when
Yeah.
I gave you the list of candidates, for fear of affecting your judgment.
Cara ngomongnya I like
But
it.
I can tell you,
Ay, what the fuck?
those three
I
candidates
like it.
have all studied
I
under
like it.
me in the past. It's only natural that they share some similarities with me. But Xin Wei went on to focus on his business.
Whoa.
I like
So how did
speak
you get
English.
to know him all, Uncle Tian?
Chen Wei we first met while Jury came from. He reminded me of a younger version of myself. So
Yeah.
I started out giving him a few words of advice when we were out fishing and noticed how quickly he got on.
Oh shit.
Quite. And now, all of a
Hanya
sudden,
kejahilan kecil.
he's grown into a mature young man. It's a joy to see. But it also gets one thinking. The young are growing up, and I am growing old. How time flies. No one can escape the cycle of life.
I don't know, Uncle Tian.
Traktir
You still seem in
aja
pretty
kok.
good shape to me. You might have another few years of work left.
Iya, direktur Zhongli traktir.
Sounds like you.
Pastinya aku tahu.
Quite like
Tumben
fishing to
berduit.
pass the time. And freshly caught fish make the most beautiful fish soup with barely any preparation required.
Fresh fish soup. Sounds tasty.
Doesn't it? Also, some time ago, Jury purchased a very special recipe from an old fisherman. When we've been fishing recently, Jury always brings some extra ingredients he prepared in advance. That flavor makes for a fond memory.
Oh, can Paimon come next time too? Paimon really wants to try it.
Let's get back to the matter at hand. Uncle Tian, we've reported back. Do you have a verdict?
I appointed you as the assessment officer, and I trust your judgment. Had you not asked me why Juri's ideas were so similar to mine, I was not going to mention my history with any of them. This decision must be guided by what is fair and right. Please disregard
Never
all
mind.
other considerations and make your final decision only after a thorough review of each. Remember, you must be thorough.
What? Anjing. Sial, tiba-tiba reconnect. Halo? Dah. Ngomong lagi.
Ngulang.
Ngulang anjing gara-gara reconnect bangsat.
Then it's more or less as I anticipated.
All right. Then let me ask
Asu
this.
banget.
The idea.
Pasti kue
Those
kue
three
sarcon.
candidates, but
Betul.
Shenwei.
Whoa! So how did you...
Shenwei was
Pas
we
apa
first
nih, pas
met
apa?
while fishing. Jury
Yoda
gave
sih
him a-
banget.
He reminded me of a
Yoda
younger
sih.
version of myself. So I started out giving him a few words of advice when we were out fishing and noticed how quickly he got on.
Not like this.
Bapak konsultan.
Now, all of a sudden, he's grown into a mature young man. It's a joy to see. But it also gets one thinking. The young are growing up, and I am growing old. How time flies. No one can escape the cycle of life.
I don't know, Uncle Tian. You still seem in pretty good shape to me. You might have another few years of work left in you, don't you think?
Oh, you. There's really no need to consult.
Sounds like you sure love fishing, Uncle Tian.
Ooh, there's nothing quite like fishing to pass the time. Ooh, and freshly caught fish,
Fresh fish soup.
doesn't it? Also, some time ago, when we've been fishing, that flavor makes for a fond memory.
Ooh,
Let's get back to the matter at hand.
Mm-hmm. I appointed you as the assessment officer, and I trust your judgment. Had you not asked me why Juri's ideas were so similar to mine, I was not going to mention my history with any of them. This decision must be guided by what is fair and right. Please disregard all other considerations and make your final decision only after a thorough review of each candidate's talents and capabilities. Remember, you must be thorough.
Understood. Come on, let's go talk somewhere else.
Bye-bye, Uncle Tian. Look after yourself.
Si Teh.
So, it's gonna be his manifesto was written well.
Easy. Let's not rush. There's no time limit for...
Huh?
No, nothing like... The biggest no-no in intelligence work is to only get information from the person of... For example... Wenyuan, Shanghua.
Yes?
Lady Yelan, what are your orders?
Ugh! Who are they? Where?
Did they scare you? These two are Wenyuan and Shanghua. They work for me. As my trusted assistants, they are always standing guard nearby. They also perform
Venti.
various assignments as
Venti?
required.
Venti
Shanghua is a
ketemu
business
Zhongli.
expert who gets his information by trading. Wenyuan relies on word of mouth. And there's also Upei, who's not here right now.
That meathead must
Gila
have been
cuy,
out there on sea
Venti
surveillance for some
datang
time
liwe.
now. Is he all right? I seem to remember that he can't swim.
Nothing can take that guy down. Certainly not a little wind and waves.
Shanghua, visit all the commerce guilds and look into Qianwei's background.
Yes, ma'am.
So what about Juri?
Juri, well, obviously as the most promising candidate, we will be investigating him ourselves. Let's go to the docks first. Lots of people passing through there. You can find out all kinds of things.
If we're looking for information, why don't we try talking to Bulai, the owner of Wanyu Boutique? He does business at the North Wharf. Maybe he has some news for us.
That's actually not a bad idea. Let's go and ask him.
Hah? Apa? Iya. Kemarin lusa kayaknya.
Apa speknya?
Speknya i5 generasi 10 sama GTX 1650.
Apa?
i5 generasi 10 sama GTX 1650.
6 juta.
8.
Berapa? Makan tuh.
Oh. Apa sih?
Ini juga
Sure,
gitu.
I'll play you another tune,
Ini.
but it'll cost you an
Ini
apple.
MTX lah. Ini.
Mejanya maksa ya.
Ke kantor. Lumayan lah, soalnya GP udah mikir.
Iya.
Mikir 5 tahun ke depan.
Wouldn't gliding be faster?
Hah?
Look, you're. Come on. I accidentally dropped. Even so. All right. I'll let you in on a little secret. The boss of Second Life also wants to buy from me, but I haven't responded. If you won't take him, okay.
Pada luas di sini.
Oh, what are you doing here? And to be clear, the sunset.
Actually,
Jerry, I've heard a story. One of his neighbors. He returned.
he sounds...
Why are you asked? Well then.
Where? What?
It's him, all right. Looks like he's chatting with Lin Long. Come on, let's follow them and listen in. Try not to let him see you.
I'll just go and fetch an employment contract. And hey, don't try and cut me out of this. Hey!
I understand. Let's walk and talk.
Oh shit.
Pernah apa? Kita bertemu dengan orang Fontaine bentar lagi. Fontaine.
Ini jam berapa? Benar. Ih, anjing.
Oh, now I can see that you're a connoisseur, so I won't bother trying to con you. I trust you understand our shop quite well?
Sial, harus jadi ninja. Iya sih.
What's the hurry? Don't get too close, or he'll see you.
Ya,
Try not to let him.
I understand. Let's walk and talk. So, you were looking to buy a wineware set? Oh, now I can see that you're a connoisseur, so I won't bother trying to con you. I trust you understand our shop quite well?
Si Xiao gugup.
The truth
Xiao
is,
gugup.
an old friend of mine
Iya, baru kali
likes
ini.
to have a drink now and then.
Lihat di gugup
He
cara
fancies
ngomongnya.
himself as a man of culture, but doesn't care for needless extravagance.
Kayak
So I thought I
gimana?
might buy him a set of high-quality
Tepat.
fakes.
How very thoughtful of
Gimana
you.
ya?
Leave it to me
Suara
then.
kayak ini loh
Come
yang
collect it at Shigu Antiques whenever
kayak
it's
di
convenient.
anime gitu.
Apa anjing? Anjing
Kalau
menggonggong.
kalau kayak baiklah kayak gitu sih misalnya.
Beb. Oh, yang kayak gitu.
Thank you very much, Miss
Iya.
Linlong.
It's my pleasure, Mr. Jerry. These days, it's quite rare for someone of your standing to still keep up with their
Yang
old
aku pengen
friends.
lihat adalah
It's
Nahida
nice
di
to
sini
see. I'll be sure to pick out a good set for you.
bersama
You can
Archon
count on
maksudnya.
me.
Sama Arthur. Oh,
Bersama Archon lainnya.
Jerry seems to get along really well with everyone. Are you satisfied now, Yelan? Seems like everyone thinks Jerry's a great guy.
We shouldn't jump to conclusions just yet. Let's go check out the wharf where he usually goes fishing.
Do we have to? Wait, you're not just trying to dig up some dirt on Jerry because you...
Maybe I am. Maybe I'm not. You'll be able to try all the finest food for free.
oh,
How does that
panas.
Wait, really? Well, come on.
Banyak makanan nih kan. Bisa.
What the fuck, ini apa ini? Salahkan.
Banyak salah.
Ini ada salahkan. Coba lihat.
Apa? Aku paham kok soal. Salahkan Fenty aja. Aduh, maksudku bukan ke sana.
Bisa.
Fenty, hah? Iya. Jelek banget. Hah?
The wharf is as busy as ever. I hear the anglers here sometimes sell their fish to the...
Welcome. What would you like to buy today?
Sorry to interrupt. We're actually members of the, We've heard about this young man called
banget lah
Jerry
ini.
who's supposed to be a fantastic...
Whoa! Yelan made up a whole fake identity.
Ah, yes, Jury. He's been making... apparently... How does that saying go? What does...
Yeah, we...
But I'm afraid your Anglers Association might be in for a disappointment.
Oh? Why's that?
He's good at a lot of things, but fishing isn't one of them. He fishes at the wharf and sells what he catches to me on occasion. His catches are always mediocre. Not terrible.
That sounds fantastic.
Sure thing. See you.
Everywhere they go, they meet someone who's heard of him. Come on, let's keep asking around.
Dia forward.
Here to buy some fish? You better hurry when they're gone.
Hello, we're from the Society for Fish Price Research. We'd just like to ask a few questions.
Wow, she switched...
Society for Fish Price Research?
Please, don't worry. We're just here to We've heard about a certain Jur-E who's been selling fresh...
So this isn't about me. You should have said something, you know. I know the guy. I can tell you what I know. I haven't heard anything about him selling fresh fish at low prices, but it wouldn't surprise me if it was him.
Why?
Oh? Why is that?
Because he's so poor. His parents died when he was very young, and his alcoholic father still owed a huge amount of debt. No one wanted anything to do with him. He was still a kid when he first came to the wharf. His clothes were ragged, and he had a bandage wrapped around his head.
Oh my god.
And he managed to
Reaksi rare
survive,
banget.
thanks to
Apa?
Uncle Tien. who gave him some food, but still to this day, he doesn't have a lot of mora to his name. I mean, he can afford to eat, and you'll often see him haggling with others
Windows
over
Shift S
just a
dulu.
few mora. So, I wouldn't be surprised to find out
Shift
he's
S.
been
Bentar.
selling a few
Windows
fish.
Shift S.
It's not like he
Ntar gue lupa,
catches
coy.
much anyway, so
Oh, udah
it's
bisa.
not going to affect my business.
Windows apa?
Gua screenshot.
Don't tell him I said that.
Windows apa?
You'd rather he didn't know?
Windows Shift S.
I spoke to him once
bisa.
briefly, and I just had a feeling that he really cares what other people think.
Screenshot itu.
I think he has. Nobody's perfect.
I see. Well,
Not a problem.
The more times he's...
Nice.
Hey, it's you guys. Wait, what's the phrase? What brings you to me?
the truth is, we are but newcomers to this territory.
Really?
People, but of course.
Sundere, traveler Sundere cuy.
No, she's lying.
Ya enggak sih?
So, Master sure have. You mean that guy that all the grown-ups are talking about these days? I've heard many tales of probably because it's not.
Oh, I can
Oh yeah, I know that. Before that, sometimes he.
Just as I.
Huh?
I mean.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Great. So next.
Certainly.
Thank you, man.
You're welcome.
Until we meet again.
Until we meet again.
Any of that sound strange to you?
And it is so strange. Yes.
Strange? Well, GE seems
True.
sudden.
So he returned. Do you remember Plus? His childhood.
When you put.
Of course, if that Jur-E was born
Apa
into
sih
a
orang
poor
itu?
family. The problem
Bagaimana
is,
kalau Paimon itu
do you
dewa?
remember what Uncle Gao said about him?
Bagaimana kalau
He
Paimon
stayed
itu sama
poor his
Genahide?
whole life. Everything he's earned, he's either spent on studying,
Hmm?
traveling, or
Bagaimana
paying
kalau
off
Paimon itu
debts.
sama Genahide?
I don't think he has the mora to pay for a publicity
Padahal sebenarnya dia dewa. Kan dia biasanya pakai crown jalan-jalan tuh.
Terlalu banyak pakai power sampai jadi kecil. Ya nggak sih, Ngap?
Iya.
Right.
Iya
That's the
bener.
worst case.
Someone's trying. Even if we.
Tapi kalau
act
ternyata
first,
faktanya gitu
Remember
gimana
the
tuh?
current-
Jadi
whoever is
udah nggak
it,
tahu
come
lagi.
on.
Mencurigakan ini makhluk satu.
Iya. Nahida terbunuh tiba-tiba. Paimon malah senyum-senyum.
Lah,
Jur-E's manifesto covers a. I'll divide the report officially. The whatever else on any evidence he's left.
check the manifesto.
Berantem aja. Venti sama Zhongli.
Well,
Berantem ngapain?
Kayak saling ini melebihkan satu sama lain. Kayak Zhongli ngatain Venti lebih kuat.
Oh, ngerendah.
Yaudah sih.
Merendah, coy. Ya kan?
oh, this reading is giving time.
Anjir kameranya.
Yeah, looks like I'm the first one back, as usual.
Oh, hey! It's one of you.
Buset, kameranya lumayan juga.
If you're back,
Kamera movement.
that means you finished investigating.
Aku udah maju ya sekarang.
You betcha. I visited all the commerce guilds and gathered a wealth of information. Every time they asked me to leave, but I always had another trick up my sleeve.
Don't drag this out. Just tell us your findings.
Yes, Lady Elon. To summarize my findings, most people who've had interact with the young master, once he signs a
Who'd have thought?
Is it possible that
in theory, that where he buys from, Chenwei often, it's like he wants.
What a strange gut.
to validate his
I'm back! Huh? Ah, how come you're here?
Why do you think? Obviously, because I possess superior skills.
You... Ugh, whatever. I'm not getting into an argument with you. If I hadn't had something else to take care of on the way, I would have been back long before you. Lady Yelan, I have finished in...
Well, we're all...
the Ministry of Civil... But after a few...
In your opinion?
I don't believe so. According to Miss Yu, the Ministry... Oh, and also...
Whoa.
Like I
What
said
the
before...
fuck?
Thank you both. You're free to go now. So, have you finished reading the manifesto? I can't see any immediate. The only one that strikes me as a little unusual. Jiangshu Pool. At some point, a long time ago.
So, did they
None. The ruin was completely impenetrable. The only way they could have gotten through the technology was Zhiyi's Still, this one fact alone doesn't tell us much.
Excavation? Project? Treasure? Oh, yeah!
Did he now?
Does that mean the...
No. Not. They do possess... Still.
Ya sekarang kemana lagi?
What both turned out to be completely
Banyak, gue banyak quest ya.
Iya.
Baiklah. Kalau
Dikeroyok
gitu
quest.
aku lanjut domain aja.
Lu dikeroyok quest. Aku dikeroyok quest. Masih lama.
What about Zhiyi? Is there another side to him?
Jauh banget anjing. Loh.
Let's go jumping in puddles and see who can make the biggest splash.
Ini di mana?
Aduh.
Lu kenapa cepet?
Loadingnya lama amat. Cutscene kah? Ada cutscene kah?
This is the Black Cliff.
Ganti kembali. Ah, ini mana ini? Salah. Aduh, email verification again. Again. Konfirmasi email. lima 9399. Loh, kok invalid?
Invalid, what the fuck?
Invalid code. Oh ini toh 453 430.
Yoi.
Yoi banget gak sih?
Yoi. Yoi.
Al-Hitam. Al-Hitam lebih mirip sama Al-Hitam.
Iya. Orang-orang pasti
Al-Hitam.
namanya dijadiin jokes Al-Hitam.
Cara menghilangkan gambar orang hitam, guys.
Time flies so fast.
Apakah maksud Al-Haytham maksudnya adalah semua hitam, all hitam.
All hitam, of course.
Of course banget ya sih. Ya questnya habis. No way.
Yes way.
Ya questnya habis coy. Bagus dong kalau quest habis.
Bagus dong, gue numpuk ini males banget aja ngerjainnya.
Yaudah sih.
Gambar Al-Hitam.
Here you are.
Ngelesain quest sambil denger Spotify enak banget.
Bangetan enak.
Let the show begin.
Apalagi lagunya volumenya disetengahin kan.
Tapi kalau sambil main kayak game kopek gitu agak pusing.
Iya emang. Kalau Genshin santai tuh. Saking santainya aku sampein domain.
Oz, reveal thyself.
Domain.
Aduh, musuh ini lagi ribet banget.
Flicker, a process of elimination.
The people of Liyue must have worked.
Ribet banget jir.
Apanya?
Musuh yang ini, sumpah kondangan.
Kondangan.
Musuh ini sangat kondangan. Electro damage.
Lament.
Kenapa Genshin harus taruh musuh sejenis ini loh, kondangan.
Karena Genshin ingin menyiksa playernya.
Ini loh, ini coba lihat.
Apa coba?
Anyway, let's go to Liyue Harbor and
Udah kan?
see what's up.
Udah, oh itu kondangan.
Bentar, aduh ngelik. Nah ini nih.
Oh itu anjing. Iya emang anjing ya.
Bentar. Kok gua ngelik sih? Oh enggak.
Pengirim dapat gratis. Oke.
Pengurangan darah lagi bajingan ini. Wow.
Apa ini? Internet.
Malas jing. Ini ngurangin darah. Gak enak banget. Udah pakai Zhongli gak ada
Miau.
gak ada efeknya. Tuh, gue harus ganti ini dulu. Sumpah ngeselin banget itu.
Kenapa di
Apa ini? Enggak jadi.
Kenapa di WhatsApp PC nggak bisa ngirim sekali lihat? Kenapa di WhatsApp WhatsApp web nggak bisa ngirim satu kali lihat? Yang view only once. Oh, hi non.
Tahu juga.
Nggak akan jawab.
Halo.
Hai.
No one.
Inactivity serves no
No one.
purpose whatsoever.
Loh, kok di luar? Leave ticket stand. What do you mean?
Mau main Osu lagi nggak, Dit? Osu yuk.
Kita gacha dulu guys. Menggacha nomor 1. Semoga beruntung.
Lalu sampah. Hehe.
Beneran aja.
Yes. Oh iya, kowe udah nggak ke band lagi kan, Dit?
Osu.
Ke band apa tuh? Udah enggak.
Kan punya
Osu mah aman.
Apa?
Osunya udah aman kok.
Apa?
Osunya udah nggak di ban, soalnya udah ganti akun.
Oh iya, jangan login ke akun yang dulu lagi ya.
Ntar di ban lagi anjing.
Ayo Dit, nanti Osumu penuh dengan bitmap. Yuk.
Sabar. Duh, dapat biru, tadi dapat ungu sekali. Sekarang biru.
Lu banyak bitmap non. Lu banyak bitmap kah?
Banyak banget malah.
Bagi. Gue juga ikut, tapi bentar gue domain dulu.
Lalu deh. Berapa ya? Bitmap ada berapa ya? Aing lupa. Jarang liatnya gimana? Leng. Masih cara liatnya ingatan coba. Tahu pokoknya ada 2000-an apa?
What the fuck?
Coba aku download yang 3 GB, 5 GB anjing. Kalau nggak salah suku 21 GB.
Oh.
Hasilnya 21 GB. Enggak 21, 17, 10 nggak tahu.
What the Yaudah, gue juga ikut, tapi bentar.
Tapi mainnya kayak orang tolol.
What?
The big black. 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 Black.